All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy AttenCHUN Inferno. Back at it with another throwback tunes on another Thursday. I got Call of Duty in mind there for a second. And we are hyped because we are reviewing AttenCHUN by Bone Crusher. So this is his debut album right here. The joint came out, as my phone went off, April 29, 2003. It was recorded from 2002 to 2003 under So Def and Arista Records. And the entire album apparently was produced by Jermaine Dupri. Very interesting. So, it did make the charts. It was number 11 on the US Billboard 200 and 11th on the US Top R&B/Hip-Hop Albums charts. And by the end of the year 2003, it was 172nd on the US Billboard 200 and 47th on the US Top R&B/Hip-Hop Albums charts as well. So, there are, okay, so here's where things get interesting. There's 17 tracks on the album, but there's 2 bonus tracks, which is pretty much, well, I'm going to say, it's the same song to some degree. They got different beats, different lyrics, and all that jazz. So, I can only give you guys a top 3, not a top 5, because there's like 1, 2, 3 skits on this entire album, and 3 of the songs have the exact same beat, but just different lyrics. So, yeah, that's why I can only give you guys a top 3, not a top 5. So the first track off this album is Lock and Load. There you go. After that, and that's like one of the, and keep in mind, that's one of the very few tracks that don't feature anybody. The next track is, believe it or not, the intro. So Lock and Load, I don't know, that's the actual song. That is the intro. So this one is the Never Scared intro featuring Jermaine Dupri. Then we got the one and only single off this album, Never Scared, featuring Killer Mike and T.I. So yeah, we all should be familiar with that song. Next up is Back Up featuring Drew, followed by Gripping the Grain. Now Gripping, G-R-I-P-P-I-N apostrophe, there's no G, second G at the end of there. That features Lady Ice and Marcus. Never heard of Lady Ice before, that's me. Track number 6 is another skit, which is called Transaction, and in parentheses, Interlude, featuring Young Shawty Hughley. That's all one person right there. Track number 7 is called Putting In Work, no G, but with the apostrophe at the end of putting, featuring David Banner and Lady Ice. Then we got Break 'Em Off for Life, which is another skit, and Break 'Em as in possibly E-M, Off for Life, featuring Enzo, Dano, Jack Frost, and Rick Love. And again, that's the skit. Track number 9 is called Getting It, no G, second G, but with the apostrophe and Getting It. And then in parentheses, Get That Money, D-A-T that is, featuring Jack Frost. Track number 10, excuse me, called It's Me, and in parentheses, Lane to Lane, featuring Little John and China Wright, without the I, but with the Y. Track number 11 is called For the Streets, another song without featuring anybody else. And then track number 12 is called Sound the Horn, featuring Bizarre, B-I-Z-A-R, followed by Hate Ourselves, featuring Goody Mob. And then we got the final skit off this album. Is that the 4th one? I think that is the 4th one. Yeah, that's the 4th and final skit off of this album, which is Vainglorious. Track number 15 is called Ghetto Song, featuring Lil Peep, followed by Peaches and Cream, another song that don't feature anybody. So there's only 3 songs that he did that don't feature anybody, believe it or not. And track number 17 is The Wall, featuring Chris Parnell and Baby B. Now, the 2 bonus tracks, y'all should have a good idea of what they are. The first bonus track is Never Scared, in parentheses, the Takeover remix, featuring Cameron, Jadakiss, and Busta Rhymes. So y'all should be familiar with that remix. And then the second bonus track is Never Scared, the Football remix. We get more on that info later. So y'all see why I said it's like 3 songs with the same beat, and 2 of them are like bonus tracks. So there you go. Well, speaking of the Never Scared song, let's learn more about it. So this joint came out April 8, 2003, since this is the only single off this album. And let's see. So again, there's like 2 remixes to this joint. The original features Atlanta-based rappers Killer Mike and T.I. The Takeover remix features New York-based rappers. You could say Cameron more Chi-Town, but you get the point. I think he's from Harlem though, so yeah, you get the point. Cameron, Jadakiss, and Busta Rhymes. And then you got the football version that was featured on NFL Madden, or Madden NFL 04, however you want to pronounce that. There you go with that. Now here's something interesting. In 2015, Bone Crusher reprises a version of the chorus from Never Scared for the song All of Me from WAOR, also features Josh McKay. The song is featured on WAOR, I'm assuming that's War, how you pronounce the joint, on their LP Get Ready for War. War, how you pronounce it, which was released October 1st, 2016. And this joint did make the charts. It was 26 on the Billboard Hot 100. I talk about Never Scared, that is. Number 8 on the Billboard Hot R&B/Hip-Hop Singles and Tracks. And number 6 on the Billboard Hot Rap Singles chart. And by the end of the year 2003, it was 43rd on the Billboard Hot R&B/Hip-Hop Singles and Tracks. So there you go with that. And that's pretty much it about the. And yes, by the way, there are 2 music videos for the original and for the remix. They're both on YouTube right now. I don't know about a video version for the NFL version. I doubt it. But yeah, y'all get the point. All right, let me give you guys my favorite tracks off this album from worst to first. The Raw is the worst track off this album. The tempo is cool. The melody/guitar is cool. No bass hurts though. The kick is bland as it was just too weak. The claps are just straight. The track overall is straight. Really, the drums messed this track up big time in the lack of a bass. Then we got putting in work. The tempo is cool, but should be faster. The melody is cool. The bass is straight, same with the kick. Your claps are cool. Overall, the track is cool. Then we got For the Streets. Tempo is cool, same with the melody and the bass and the kick and the snare. Overall, the track is straight up cool. Next up, Lock and Loaded. The tempo is cool. The melody is really cool. The bass is cool, same with the kick, but the snare is really cool. Overall, the track is cool. The delivery, though, is unique, but it's still cool nevertheless. Next up is Sound the Horn. Tempo is cool. The melody is really cool. The bass is cool, same with the kick. The claps are cool, but should have used a hype snare, really, in my opinion. Overall, the track is still cool nevertheless. Then we got Peaches and Cream. This is a semi-smooth track right here. The tempo is borderline cool, really cool, so it's in between there. The melody is cool. The bass is borderline cool / really cool as well. The kick is cool. Same with the snare. The track overall is cool, but the drums brought it down a bit. I'll be honest. Like, there's some potential here. They would have used some different drums. This would have been a much better track in my opinion. Never Scared. It's not in my top 6, really. That's crazy. The tempo is straight, should be faster. The melody is really cool, obviously. The bass is cool. Kick is cool, but a bit weak. The snare is excellent, though. Despite all that, the track is still just cool. Then we got Getting It, Get That Money. The tempo is borderline cool / really cool. The melody is really cool. The bass is cool. The kick is really cool. The snare is cool. Overall, the track is really cool. Then we got Hate Ourselves. This is a semi-mellow out joint right here, but it's a bit hype, though. Meanwhile, the bass is, no, the drum pattern is cool, excuse me. Tempo is cool, melody is really cool, the bass is really cool, the kick is cool, the snare is really cool. Overall, the track is really cool. Then we got Gripping the Grain. The tempo is really cool, melody is cool, same with the bass, the kick is really cool, the snare / clap combos are really cool. The track overall is really cool as the drums carry this beat. Alright, top 3 tracks off this album. It's Me, Lane to Lane, that's the 3rd best track off this album. The tempo is really cool, same with the melody. And the synth bass, the kick is cool, same with the snare. Overall, the track is really cool. Second best track off this album, Back Up. The tempo is really cool, same with the melody. The bass is cool, the kick is really cool, the snare is really cool. Overall, the track is really cool. And the number 1 track off this album is Ghetto Song. The melody, this is a mellow joint right here. The drum pattern is cool, the tempo is really cool, the melody is really cool, the bass is just cool though, same with the kick. The snare is excellent. Overall, the track is really cool. So Ghetto Song is the best song off this album, without question. Alright, let me give you guys some professional ratings. All Music gave this 4 out of 5 stars, Hip Hop DX gave it the same rating rather, which is 4 out of 5. And Rolling Stones gave it 2 out of 5 stars. So what do I think about this album? Okay, so this is tough because this is, for the most part, it's a hype album. I'm gonna have to give this album a 3. Ooh, what I wanna give this? I'm gonna give this a 3.75 out of 5. I recommend you download it and you keep it. There's a lot of hype songs in this joint. I feel like the bass was too simple for the most part. And if the bass were like really more banging and things like that, it would have been really dope in my opinion. And that's one of the majority of these tracks. So yeah, 3.75 out of 5. I recommend you download it and you keep it. And I'm gonna call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New Jake Ass Beat, aka the new Stephen A. Smith. Saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.